this podcast.
Welcome once again to another yet but exciting episode on the Cast with Neye. On today's episode, we'll be having an exclusive conversation with our guest, which I'll be introducing shortly, as he will be sharing his journey from Emmanuel to the Elumelu boy, fondly called by people. I'm sure you must have known who that is, right? He's an undergraduate of the Federal University of Technology, Owerri, from the Department of Chemical Engineering, an inspirational leader to many, a brand influencer, and a storyteller, who has been featured on legit.ng news, Punch newspaper, etc., as well as other social media platforms. He's the one person that has been on our screens on LinkedIn app, 24/7. The Elumelu boy, as popularly known, he is none other than Emmanuel Unduka. Thank you so much, Emmanuel, for gracing this podcast. Please, can you say something to the house?
Okay, thank you very much for having me on this platform. It's quite an honor to share my experience with you all. I'm really grateful.
Okay, thank you so much, Emmanuel Unduka. So the Elumelu boy, but before I get into that, or what instigated the name, we the listeners want to know how it all started. From you knowing about the LinkedIn app and all that is to it, to the point where you found out or knew that this was your place and the need to maximize it or leverage on it. Emmanuel, the floor is yours.
Okay, it all started last year. That was February precisely, when I was in a conversation with some of my friends. So one of them asked me if I've heard of the LinkedIn app, and out of curiosity I downloaded the app to see and to know what it is all about. So what they majorly did there was posting achievements and all that, and I don't have any achievements, so I just dumped the app after that day. So during the lockdown, I was coming online, going through the app once in a while, and so till about November, that was when I actually decided to become very serious with the app, because I kind of saw the opportunities that was in the app and the gold mine that it has. So that was how I started the journey, creating content, and I am today.
Okay, so at what point did you feel like this was actually your place? And I need to maximize this platform, because a lot of youths or young adults out there, we better rather choose other social media platforms like the Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, to maximize. But of all things to maximize, you chose the LinkedIn platform. So at what point, what was the turning point that you felt like this is really good? I can really maximize this opportunity?
Okay, so I think it goes down with why. So I feel it's because I knew why I wanted to be there. Okay, one of the reasons that made me to decide to be active on that platform is the fact that I had this notion that I could get my sponsors from there, people that could be willing to sponsor me to maybe my masters and all that. I could get scholarships, and I also needed powerful connections. So that was my motivation, and that was my why. So since I knew this is why I am on this platform, I decided to be very serious with it, and by God's grace, and so far it has yielded a lot.
Wow, thank you so much. So, there's one thing that has continuously struck me in all your posts, and has always kept standing out. And this is you unashamedly posting and writing about Christ. In our present world, you know what I'm talking about. Speaking and posting about Christ and Christianity is slowly becoming what people would rather privatize or maybe do privately. But you will constantly do that on your posts, and as well inspire many people out there with your wonderful stories. So what was the motivation as regards this? But before that, I really want to commend you on that. Well done, Emmanuel. So what was the motivation behind this?
Okay, There's really not much of a reason, but I would answer by saying that first of all, know where I'm coming from a Christian home, being taught the ways of the Lord through the Bibles, through faithful men and all that. So it's already my personality, and I understood the fact that my sources majorly on the LinkedIn app depends on God, because it actually started with Him. Because before I even ventured on the platform, I prayed about it and I was given a go ahead. Yeah, so how come that I'll now be achieving some things and then I can't go back to my source or mention the source of my sources and all that? So that's it for me. No major reason to that.
Wow, really, really wonderful. Because a lot of people, let's say, as regards getting so much following on social media platforms, they feel like when you post about Christ or Christianity, let's say maybe you are not looked at in any way, you are just kind of shut down. But I mean, you have proved it beyond expectation and whatever boundary that even as a Christian, I mean, you can publicize it there and still get your followings. Because obviously, like you said, going back to the source that had put you there on the platform. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
So speaking on Dangote's posts of you getting a job at his refinery, which was under construction at the moment, at that time, okay, and you getting to say that at the tail end, it was what you longed for, like it was just a dream, or what you wanted to be in the future. It was nothing short of amazing. Like me, self, I shock. Like that was the first highlight of you. You got featured on legit.ng news as well as other social media platforms. Like when I saw that, I was like, I don't understand. Are you serious? Emmanuel got a job with Dangote Refinery. Are you serious? Reading down, I'm seeing, yes, is not true. Like it's what I want to be in the future. I'm like, this guy know the fear. Are you serious? But I mean, like it was a wow to everyone. Someone maybe at that point will see, waiting they give this boy that liver, like in pidgin. So I want to hear what gave you that boldness, what instigated it, what transpired, what motivated you, and at some point were there fears too as regards that post? We want to hear all of it. Thank you so much.
Okay, the post was a two-way stuff. I would like to start with that because many people saw it as a prank. And like I wasn't serious. Like, what am I doing? Am I trying to joke with their time, going through the app and reading contents and all that? So, and to others, it was something that was seen as fate, because like I've said earlier, I'm someone that believes strongly in God and Jesus. So I was inspired to do it. Actually, I was inspired, and there wasn't any atom of fear in me as at the time I made that post. Though along the line, as humans, fears will tend to come, but I just have to overlook the fear. And by His grace, looking at it, is not something that is actually hard to get. You just have to up your game, get the necessary connections, and do your best. Leave the rest to God. So that was it for the Dangote post. Nothing else.
Wow. I mean, like, this was nothing short of amazing. Till today, you are constantly wowing us on the LinkedIn app. Well done, Emmanuel. Okay, moving to staying consistent with the said app, LinkedIn. I mean, you're a Nigerian student, and so you should understand what I'm talking about, or where I'm driving to.
Yeah.
How were you able to stay consistent regardless? Like, what were your struggles staying consistent? Because we all know that consistency is more than even having to start. And because of this consistency, this led to the rapid growth of your followers. I mean, which is now your LinkedIn family, as you fondly call them. So how did you stay consistent being a Nigerian student in photo, especially, like, chemical engineering? So please, want to hear all of that. How did that happen, or how was that possible?
Okay, first of all, it's not something that is easy. It requires your mental effort.
Wow.
And your mental capacity, ability to think outside the box, your time management, and any other thing that relates to that. So first of all, when I started, I was making about 3 to 4 posts in a week. So I was just starting out, so it was kind of challenging trying to come up with content and all that. But one thing about consistency is that if you continue in it, it tends to become easier, and like it's not actually hard because you're already used to the system, you're already used to the way, you're used to the process, exactly, and becomes a habit. So at the initial stage, I struggled with it a bit. That's the time management aspect.
Yes.
Trying not to be sucked into the app, even though I was sucked in at the initial stage though. So with time, it became easier, and I was growing, and so I could make a post and I will not come back that day. I know it's going to do well by His grace. And so that was it for consistency. It's not actually easy, but it pays a lot. Thank you.
If there's one thing that I've heard or I've gained from this answer, is the what self? You said something, is the faith for me, or is the what for me? Like, is the boldness. I mean, I can just post and come back. Exactly. I know it's going to do well. Yeah. Is the boldness for me, please? Like, is the audacity for me? Thank you so much, Emmanuel. I really appreciate that answer. So consistency is something that over time, like you said, becomes a habit. You don't even need to, want to stress. Yes, or struggle about it. That to say that you were doing something that you love doing. That's like passion related.
Exactly.
Yes. So thank you so much. Thank you. Now to the big one, the Elumelu boy. Permit me to say that this was your second highlight. Obviously, it was an all-expense paid trip to attend Tony Elumelu's mentorship program. Like everybody, in fact, most young people know how when we hear these names, Tony Elumelu, like there's some specific people that you hear their names and you're like, God, I cannot wait. I want to meet them. I want to reach out to them. I wish I can just see them. And you like just got this thing at, like, how do I put it? On a platter of gold. We also how this whole thing started. From posting Tony Elumelu's pictures with yours side by side, imitating his styles. We're like, Emmanuel has said again, what is he up to now? Like, what is coming up next? What are we expecting? Before you know, we are hearing Tony Elumelu answered Emmanuel or replied his post. I was offering him a mentorship, like to come for the mentorship program. And we're like, wow, I was with you that day now in the department when you came out. Like, you came out of the home, I was like, nee. He just replied me. I was like, are you serious? Tony Elumelu replied you. Wow. But like, that was really an amazing moment, to be honest. So what was motivation behind all of that? And was there any point where you felt like giving up? Because I know you kept on posting his pictures, let's say for a week or so, if I'm not mistaken. Like, constantly. You always post his pictures side by side with yours, and I'm sure you were always expecting a reply or a message or a comment, and you were not getting any.
Okay. Yeah.
But that zeal, you were still constantly pushing and wanting to. Tony Elumelu, please, sir, you must answer me. You must reply. I am desperate. I really want you to reply me or reply my post. So, what was the motivation behind all of that? Like I said, what in they give you liver? They fear. You're going to be posting like one of our top stars on your post side by side with you. No. To be honest, you're really an amazing person. So what was the motivation behind all of that? And at some point, did you feel like giving up? And if you felt like giving up, how were you able to manage it through the whole process?
I would first like to start with my boldness. Sometimes, or most times, I tell people I'm an introvert, but sometimes the kind of boldness I command,
that does wonders, please.
kind of boldness I command in the online space is something that
yes,
I'm amazed most times. So concerning this Tony Elumelu stuff, the thing is, I heard about him. I looked him up on Google, on YouTube. I saw what he does, and I was amazed. Someone that, this last set, the Tony Elumelu Foundation that they give $5,000 seed capital to 5,000 people. Who does that?
Like who does that?
Who does that? So that was something that was unique for me, and it made me love him and love what he did and what he does. So the vision now was to how do I get him? But initially that was not what was in my mind though. I was just posting, like that was one of the ways I could post my contents on LinkedIn. So I would talk about what he does, why I was attracted to him. I'll post my picture alongside his, and people will comment. So it was in a way getting much, and I wasn't getting the response, but I continued because I had this belief that in this life I am going to meet this man. So that was the vision. I had that vision that whether he replies or not, I was going to meet him. So, but it happened in a way that is shocking to me. I never expected I would meet him in my undergraduate days. Like, I thought I was maybe going to be working and all that before I get to meet him. But God has his way of planning his own things. So, the particular post or picture that struck the chord is, okay, I modeled his posture on LinkedIn, and then people were asking me, where's your red tie, where's your red socks, where's your bag, and all that. That was on a Sunday. So the next day, which was Monday rather, I made a post, explained that the bag, why I don't have a bag and he has a bag, is that he has already achieved a lot. He has acquired the bag. I'm still in the process
of acquiring the bag.
And that post was inspired because I did not come up with that. I just wanted to reply to the comments and the critics that was coming up. And normal some people will chicken out when those kind of comments comes on board. But bless God, I was bold enough to post the next day. And when I made the post, the gain of that post was to just clear what was going on. And the critics, I never expected him to answer my post. In fact, that day I was in class. I just said, let me go online. Let me see how far my post is in. Exactly. And I just refreshed. I saw one blue in, because that is what we used to, what they used to refer to influencers. So, and he has it on his profile. I almost shouted. I look at it like, oh my God, he answered me.
Dreaming.
Wow, it was a dream come true indeed. True. And it was a defining moment. True. So that was it for the stuff. The thing is, I was resilient. I didn't look at the comments of people, what they were saying. I had a vision, and that was my driving force. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Emmanuel Nduka. Elumelu boy, please let me rephrase. So, if you were listening attentively, there's one that like two things I had written down or jotted down while he was speaking, and that's his vision. Now, he said that he had a vision, and regardless, even if the vision was not speaking yet, even the Bible said that you should have a vision, Abi, that even if it doesn't speak now, though it might tarry, but surely it will speak. Sorry, I'm rephrasing the Bible passage, but I mean, like, that's what he's saying in summary. So if you have a vision, run with it regardless. Run with it with all the zeal, the resilience, the passion that you have. Run with it. Keep running. It doesn't matter how it's going to be right now. Start. And even if you start and it's obviously there's nobody that has started on a platter of gold. There's nobody has started and it was all rosy for the person. Everybody has his or her own stories behind his success or her success. To be honest, if you sit with these people and ask them, you'll be amazed and like, are you serious? Maybe I thought they just came to being like that and they were rich. No, everybody has a story. So you must have a vision. Now I'll ask you out there, listeners, what is your vision? Have you written them down? Because I also believe in writing visions down. Have you written your visions down? And how best are you working with it? How best are you working to achieve those visions? And then this also to encourage somebody out there that there's nothing too small. Don't see yourself as like a mediocre or somebody. There's nothing too small. Take those big steps, those big moves that they feel like they're like, are you sure we can actually do this? Do it. Do it. They said that it is when you don't do that it will pain you. But at least the fact that you tried is a consoling power, or is consoling. It's better than you not even having to try at all. So this is also a message for listeners out there. Have a vision, and then don't have this mediocre mindset that is it possible. Obviously we are human beings. Those things can come up, but if you know what you want to do and where you want to be, my dear, I'm telling you, you will move regardless. As the slogan says, we move, not before mouth though. Please, I want you to say that we move with everything in you. We move regardless. Thank you so much, Emmanuel, for answering that question. So we're moving over to the next question, which is, over time, you have been an iconic figure at events and the rest. At least I've attended a few. And of course, you were present. Now, I've seen how everyone wants to take pictures with you. I call you LinkedIn boss. In fact, I started calling you Dangote initially. Now, I was calling you Dangote. Yeah. And I started calling you LinkedIn boss. Now, it has changed to Elumelu boy. So I don't know what next is going to change to anyways. But you have been all over the social media space, all over everybody's phone. Everybody wants to take pictures with Emmanuel, the LinkedIn boss, and all of that. In summary, this to say that you are now famous. You're now a celebrity. You're now living the celebrity lifestyle. So now I want to ask, how are you coping with that kind of lifestyle? And what do you intend doing with the lifestyle? Then, before you answer the question too, were there also some points where you questioned your life presently? But first, you have to answer. Let's go with the first one. How are you coping with the lifestyle? And what do you intend doing with this fame? Then, at some point, this fame, this is is getting so much. Were there some point you questioned your life at that point? Are you sure? Are you sure? Am I? Those kind of questions. So the floor is yours, Emmanuel.
Okay. This is a very big question for me. Like I've said earlier, I'm an introvert, so only those people that are introverted would understand. So having the public eye on you, it's something that has advantage and disadvantage. One of the disadvantages is that many people expect you not to fail again, and this can be one of my biggest fear and for other people. So coping with it's actually not easy because for instance, on LinkedIn now, I get a lot of messages. Some people don't tend to understand. In fact, I'm a student. I have my academics. And you want me to be replying to messages. And then there are some people that will just say hi. Wait, you expect me to reply you hi?
Obviously now. Please, want the Elumelu boy to answer us, please.
Though I reply to...
Yes,
I reply to them though, but sometimes it's actually not easy because you have 500 messages, 1,000 messages, and all that. Now you come to WhatsApp. Oh my God. Oh Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
So it's actually not easy. So another thing I'm struggling with is having to socialize, because fame actually comes with socializing. So you have to socialize at events and all that, and I'm still learning this stuff because I'm an introvert. So that is how it is for me. And I did times where I questioned my present life.
Yes, and then what do you intend doing with this film?
Okay, first of all, the questioning aspect was, like I've said earlier, I mustn't fail because I already have the public eye on me, so I must try my best not to fail. Just that doesn't mean that I can't fail, because failure is also a part of success. True. And all that. So just I must try my best to be the best. True. And give my best to the society.
Yes.
and all that. So I don't particularly know what the future holds, but I know He that holds the future.
Speak it.
So that's it, and I think that's my answer to it.
Okay, thank you so much, Emmanuel Nduka, Elumelu boy. So there's another thing I've also gained from the answer is that things just happen in life, and obviously, like, you just have to cope with it. Everything that has an advantage, there is a disadvantage. You heard when he said that he has this, let's say this mentality of like, now I have the public eye, I cannot fail. But he said something else. He said, not that I cannot fail. Obviously, I can fail, but just that I don't want to fail because I have the public eye on me. You understand? So everybody out there, just know that keep trying, keep pushing. Keep doing your best. And whatever platform you are now, leverage on it. To be honest, leverage on it. Impact, leverage on it, because you don't know what it might turn out to be tomorrow. Just from LinkedIn, he has gone to places where, you cannot even imagine. Please, so just for that, just get that. Thank you so much. Now, you were currently awarded the TIBA Awards. Please, can you say that in full? The iconic what?
The Iconic Brand Award.
Okay, yeah, the Iconic Brand Award for the most influential young personality. And you also got nominated for a couple of other, So, what do you have to say about these nominations and these awards? How were they possible?
First of all, many people have different thoughts and opinion about awards. Some say that many people now keep that in mind, like they do things for the award sake, and some say it's not good and it's bad and all that. So, but for me, award is a reward of your effort.
True.
Everyone deserves to be recognized for their efforts, for what they've done, for what they are doing, the lives they are impacting, how inspiring they are. So, for me, it's the reward of my effort. I'm celebrating a year on LinkedIn. Like, I've gotten some awards already, so it's actually great for me. And it's not bad gaining awards. And if there are more to come, I will gladly accept them. Thank you.
Emmanuel Uduka is now giving you guys an open, I don't know, how do I put it? He's now an open platform. Please, if you have awards for him, bring it. Like he's saying, I'm up for it. Every award you have, anything you have, bring it on. Thank you so much, Emmanuel, for answering that question. So now, currently, how many followers do you have on LinkedIn?
Okay, I have about 48,000 followers.
Wow, 48,000. God.
And one thing about these followers on LinkedIn, you can't compare it to other platforms because
you can't. It's organic. Very organic.
The set of people that are following me some are CEOs.
Yes.
Some are busybodies.
Wow.
That's the truth. Some are entrepreneurs, businessmen, and big men and all that. So when I started, or before the Elumelu experience and the TOE way, I had about 23k followers in 11 months.
Wow.
Note that, 11 months. So in a month, I got 20k followers.
Are you serious?
From the TOE experience. That was very powerful and mind-blowing. So, and subsequently, my followers have been growing, and currently I'm in 48. By the end of the year, I should be expecting 55k followers. So,
wow. I like the fact that you have a target, and definitely you will reach it. You will reach it. Yes, you will. Okay, we are rounding up this, exclusive conversation with the Elumelu boy. So finally, what's your advice to young people out there as an inspirational leader that you are, content writer, storyteller, as well as others? I can't mention it, but a few. So what is your advice to these young people out there? How do we get to tell them that I did it as young I mean, like you were 19 when you started off, I mean.
Yeah.
Yes, you were 19. At 19 years, I was able to do this. Doesn't matter how old you are. Age is nothing. Like, I mean, age is not a limitation and cannot be a limitation to you achieving what you want to achieve in life. So I would love you to touch the areas of age not being a limitation, leveraging the social media, using it for positive impact, because that's the only way you can get, organic good followers, and you'll be super proud of yourself. And then you can also speak on being so good that it cannot be ignored. But in summary, I don't want to give you what to say anyways. Just what's your advice to young people out there as an inspirational leader? And as people that we are looking up to, you're our boss for now, so the floor is yours.
Okay, first of all, I'll say you should embrace your fears.
Wow.
Because when I started 19, like I said earlier, I don't have any achievements. Come on, what am I doing here? But if you have a vision, believe in it. Believe that it's actually going to come to pass. So there is a place for fear. Convert this fear to your strength. And
please hope you're jotting things down, please.
Let it be your propelling force.
Wow.
And your driving force. So we are in the age where social media can make or mar you.
Yes.
It is a very powerful instrument, key, and tool. So for me, I would advise that use it positively. So if you are on any platform, let it be that you are offering value. And how can you offer value, or what is value? Value is something that when you give out to people, they are very thankful and it solves a problem. So make sure you find a way of offering value. So you can go on YouTube, create a channel for yourself, and let's say you're teaching how to, let's say, cook this food or how to solve this math problem and stuff like that. That's one of the ways you can offer value. Yeah. Then there are other ways you can offer value, but if you must impact positively and if you must leverage social media positively, then you must get ready to offer value. You must get ready to give to your audience and not be a taker. So that's it for leveraging social media. And I think it has answered, or it has given other points I would like to give. So you must have value you want to offer. You must be consistent. This is another key thing you must take into consideration. You must be very consistent, because without consistency, you cannot finish. And don't look at your age. Age is not a limit or a limitation. You gain skills by learning. So learn that skills and show yourself out there. Sell yourself shamelessly. Yes, because it is only when you sell yourself that people will be interested in what you do. People will be interested in what you do, the craft, your art, your music, and all that. So then finally you become so good that you cannot be ignored. And how can you become so good? Is through consistency. Continue putting out that work. Continue showing up. Keep showing up. If you start, you might not get the results you need. Nobody gets the results immediately. No business does that. It is after some goals. You set small goals. You conquer it. Move on to the next goal. Conquer it until you conquer the whole world. So
it's not even possible.
Yeah, so thank you. That's all I have to say.
Wow. I mean, it has been such an exciting conversation with the Elumelu boy. If there's one thing I've heard or I've learned from his advice to young people, is that you should embrace your fears and turn them to strength. So this for you out there. Whatever you're going through, whatever fear, embrace it and then maximize it. Turn those fears to your strength. Work on yourself, and you'll be such a person that you cannot be ignored. Thank you so much, Elumelu boy. Emmanuel Unduka, was super excited to have you.
Thank you very much.
On the podcast. Thank you for sharing your experience. Thank you for being so very you were so apt. You were very What's the word?
Genuine.
You were very genuine. Everything you have said, it came from, in to out, to the outside. Thank you so much, Emmanuel Onduka. So it's a wrap from my own end. The Cast with Neye. We love you guys and stay happy. Bye.